How's this for a slogan? Pensacola, the western gate to the Sunshine State, where thousands live as millions wish they could. That was coined by a former mayor of the city, Vince Wibbs. Let's see if he's right. Pensacola is Florida's westernmost city, closer to New Orleans than Tallahassee. It's where the Panhandle meets the Deep South and they go to the beach. Pensacola Beach, 8 miles out to sea from the city, a sugar white sandbank with a beach ball for a water tower, indulgence in abundance and some delightful places to stay. At the end of this barrier island is Fort Pickens, a great place for watching migrating birds who use the fortress and the dunes that surround it as a pit stop on their long-haul trips. Lucy and Bob Duncan have been birdwatching together for half a century.
If you want to get a bird's attention, what we do is we make a noise. And so we do what we call pishing. Some people squeak in one way or another, but basically, here's the genius at pishing. Or like that.
Hello. Downtown Pensacola has echoes of New Orleans, the city just 3 hours drive west from here. And it also has a strong musical tradition, as you discover at the crossroads known as Belmont de Villiers. Musicians from Louis Armstrong to Aretha Franklin played at clubs and saloons in Pensacola, a key stop along the so-called Chitlin Circuit, the crucible for rhythm and blues and rock and roll. Today, there are echoes of that era in the Five Sisters Blues Cafe. Soul food, gumbo, black-eyed peas, okra. Good for the body, good for the soul. If you dream of flying machines, or you just want to know how the space race was won, then follow 1 million people a year to the Gulf Coast's leading visitor attraction, the National Naval Aviation Museum here in Pensacola. Marine One, the helicopter that carried President Richard Nixon. And Nixon was in the White House on the 20th of July 1969, possibly the most significant date in human history. After Neil Armstrong walked on the moon, President Nixon radioed to say, "Because of what you have done, the heavens are now part of man's world." Both Neil Armstrong and the last man to walk on the moon, Gene Cernan, were trained right here in Pensacola as naval aviators. Mission Control has now deployed me along the Sea of Tranquility, which is the Gulf of Mexico, to the final frontier of Florida. Florida, Alabama, and Floor-Abama, the bar that marks the border. And I'm pleased to say I've got some new friends. There's Terry, Jennifer, Chiquita, and, well, that's Doug. Not really a friend, he's a cameraman. A cold beer, some boiled peanuts, a local speciality, friendly people and good music. What a way to end the day. And a stay. Anyone seen Doug?
Pensacola, yeah, it's got great historical heritage. In fact, many say the first settlement was in Pensacola. They actually just found it on the bay in the last year. It's now going to be an interesting discussion between them and St. Augustine. But it has great inner waterways, You can go there and do kayaking. You can watch, the dolphins in the ocean. You find the sea turtles. There's a lot of just wetlands around Pensacola. Aside from the beach, which everybody knows about, there's so many other things that you can do there.